Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Melanie, your She Shed Scrappers. So today I am back with a very special 2-page layout. This layout, it has pictures from my 10-year wedding anniversary, which was 2 years ago, and actually my 12-year anniversary is tomorrow. So I figured it would be fitting to scrapbook the photos from our 10-year anniversary since we will be celebrating 12 years tomorrow. I decided to stick with a black and white and gold theme. These photos here are actually photos from our wedding day. We celebrated 10 years in 2020, so our celebration plans got put on hold like so many other things. And so we unfortunately had to keep our, celebration, our anniversary kind of small. So what we actually did is we went to some local bakery, a local bakery and a local orchard. But on the way there, we actually had to stop or go through the city where our wedding reception was held. So we stopped and we took some photos and we tried to reenact photos from our wedding day. So these are photos from our 10-year anniversary on the left-hand page. I will kind of be scrapbooking, in my mind, a little bit backwards for this layout. Normally I would put older photos on page 1 and then, the newer photos on page 2. But once I kind of looked at these photos, I came up with a long title, and the title just made sense. I guess you'll see when I do the title why I have the photos laid out the way I do. This is a longer video. I've had this layout in mind for quite a while, and I kind of took my time because I wanted it to be perfect, because there is so much meaning behind it. So I am going to use 2 flip flaps on page 1. You can see that I am trimming down the photos, and I double backed the front photo, which then left kind of a single backing for the photo behind. I will probably, hopefully, print these photos in black and white to match the actual wedding day photos. The wedding day photos I just had left over from scrapbooking my wedding album, and so they just happened to be in black and white, and that's kind of why I stuck with a black and white and gold theme. And so I think it would look better if, the pictures on page 1 were black and white as well. So eventually I'll get there. And if not, I guess it is what it is. So I knew I had some gold washi tape. I decided to use that smaller white and black floral print paper on half of the layout, but really wanted something separating the black and white kind of chevron from the floral paper. So I finally found my gold glitter washi tape. It happened to be from the a winter collection, I guess. So you can see I have pre-planned out my title and the color scheme and whatnot for the title. My title is going to be "And I Thought I Loved You Then." So it just makes sense to have the original, the wedding day photos on page 1, because I'm going to have most of the title, or on page 2, sorry. I'm going to have most of the title on page 1. It's going to say, "And I Thought I Loved You," and then on page 2, it's going to say "Then." I decided to go with different fonts, and then alternate between white and gold. I had the loved phrase was already on a sticker sheet, and so it just kind of, the colors, I decided from that, what colors to use for what words. And I wanted to make sure I kind of knew where I was going with the phrase, since it is a little bit longer. And I decided not to make you guys kind of watch me lay down the title since it is so long. But underneath the flip flaps, I did place two kind of white and gold striped papers. Those are going to be for journaling. And I just have the lines kind of going the way that you would read, and the journaling will just kind of tell the story of our 10-year anniversary. On page 2, I decided I wanted something behind my kind of photo cluster there, so I used the scraps from the white and gold striped paper and made a line behind the photo, and that just helped bring in some gold on page 2 as well. For the embellishing, I have been not hoarding, but I purposely bought a couple of sticker sheets from Felicity Jane. One's a chipboard and one's puffy stickers, and they're both black and white. And then I decided to go into my stash. I did find some kind of black and white ribbon to add to the top of the gold and white striped paper behind the photo there. And once I get that placed, that's the kind of, oh, and then the word then. That's kind of the base of my layout. I then go ahead and embellish, which was really fun. A little bit challenging, I guess, as well. Even though I had amazing black and white embellishments, I just wanted it to be perfect. So before I laid anything like down all the way, I really made sure that's kind of how I wanted it. So I knew that there should be a cluster in the top right of page 2 just because there's such a big open spot there. And I thought about using that chipboard wreath on the top. I do decide not to, but on that chipboard sticker sheet from Felicity Jane, there were the words you and me. However, our wedding song was Me and You, and so I decided to kind of switch the two words around and just kind of a little extra meaning for the layout as well. I then remembered that I had previously cut out these flower dies. I think they're Paige Evans. I knew I wanted to keep a couple of them white, but then I had the idea to spray them with my gold, I think it's Heidi Swap Color Shine, and so I grabbed a old box and sprayed them gold, and I love the way it's not overpowering. It just gives them a little extra shimmer, and it was just so fun, and I feel like really kind of helped make the layout. So I set them aside to dry a little bit more. You can see that I have that puffy love on the top right as well. Kind of, you can see where I'm going to make my cluster placement. So the top right, the bottom of page 2, and then the bottom right of page 1. I didn't really wait for the gold to dry all the way, but I did kind of pat it with a paper towel just so I knew it wouldn't get all over my layout. So I am going to layer the white and gold flowers for my clusters, and I just really like the way that looks. I don't tape down the Me and You until after the layout because I had to make sure that the song was actually Me and You and not You and Me. And I just wanted to double check before I placed it down because I had a while ago purchased something for, I guess, a decoration that said You and Me, and I was so excited. I was like, look babe, it's our wedding song, and he said the song is Me and You. So I wanted to make sure before I actually placed those down that I was getting it correct. And so you will not see me stick down the Me and You, but that is where it's going to stay. And the Me and You is correct, by the way. So you can see I'm just trying to finish up these clusters. The top one is pretty much finished, and then I love the bottom right of page 1, that cluster of 3 flowers. That's probably my favorite cluster. I did decide to kind of add a cluster on the flip flap right there, a smaller flower, and then a sticker that says happy, and I think it's a chipboard heart that I'm going to pop up on some foam tape here. Once I get that done, it's just really finalizing the clusters. You can see that I added a gold flower to the top there, and I am going to lay that down and then overlap it with that smaller white flower there as well. It does kind of blend in a little bit, but once you open up the flip flap, I think you will be able to tell, see it a lot better. And then to finish off that cluster, I add a chipboard heart cluster at the top there as well. And on the sticker sheet that had the word loved, there were some gold hearts, and so I'm going to add those to the top right cluster, and then really just, like I said, finalize the embellishing. I decided to add some to the me and you, so I am going to add a couple of flowers down there, which I think helps quite a bit, and then add a cluster of 3 hearts to the title at the top. I was very nervous to kind of scrapbook these photos because, like I've said, I wanted it to be perfect, and I am quite pleased with the way that it turned out. I love the large title and how I was able to get 6 photos on the layout and journaling. The journaling I have since completed, and like I said, that is going to be under those flip flaps on the left hand side. You can see just adding a couple finishing touches with the hearts and the flower cluster on the bottom, kind of switching out some of the hearts there just to get it just right. Luckily I have a lot of white and kind of gold accents. I forgot I added underneath the top flip flap too, blessed and another heart, and then I decided I wanted to do 10 years. Obviously I'm going to journal as well, but I do find a small black alpha that I am going to add under the blessed, so it'll be blessed 10 years, and I will then continue on with my journaling there. Once I get that done, I honestly think we are just about finished with the layout. So I hope you guys enjoyed this layout. It was definitely a fun one to do, even though I feel like I did kind of scrapbook the photos backwards, but I feel like with the title, it all just kind of flows together and it fits really nicely. So I hope you guys enjoyed this layout, and we will see you next time. Bye guys.